Hello, my name is Dr. Bob DeMaria, the Drugless Doctor, and today we're going to get to know about stress and fatigue and exhaustion. Both men and women suffer with fatigue and exhaustion, but it seems so many times men are running at both ends of the spectrum. They wake up tired, they go to bed tired, they're just tired. So let's talk about this near epidemic of health challenge that I see in our practice. Every day somebody comes in and said, Dr. Bob, I just don't know what to do. I'm exhausted. Let me keep it really simple for you. There's something called sleep. Now what I'm learning, and I have learned over my time and tenure practicing, is that individuals can have high copper. Say high copper, Dr. Bob? Yes, this is what we're seeing. When you eat wheat and soy products, say, what does that mean? Pizza, pastries, donuts, any type of snack food that has wheat or soy in it. Wheat and soy deplete the body of zinc. How do you know if you have a zinc deficiency or not? Some very common body signals. Look at your fingernails. Go ahead, look at your fingernails right now. Do you see white spots on your nails? White spots on your nails are a body signal to me that you may in fact need zinc. What are the pores like on your face? Large pores suggest to me that you have a zinc deficiency. What's your memory like? Zinc's important for memory. Gentlemen, do you have pain on the inside of your heels? Once again, that's a sign of a zinc deficiency. Once you cut yourself, does the healing occur very slow? Once again, a zinc deficiency. We supplement our patients with zinc, and one of the areas that we do that really helps determine if you need zinc or not is we do a mineral tissue analysis of one's hair. It's kind of like doing forensic medicine. But zinc is important to make insulin. And if you don't have enough insulin, you're not going to get fuel for cells. So you can start to see how we're contending with this puzzle of fuel. It's all about fueling the system properly. So let's talk about the beginning of the day. First, you should wake up hungry. When you wake up hungry, that's a body signal to me that your body, yes, in fact, has producing growth hormone that night, and that's very important and very significant. You should start your day with a protein. I would rather have you start with a protein versus a pastry. Now, do you know that there are many vegetables that are high in protein? Asparagus, broccoli, cabbage, great sources of protein. Actually, if I was you, you might even consider a scrambled egg with vegetables. And you say, oh, Dr. Bob, what about the cholesterol with the egg? Well, what we have seen over time, that egg yolk has something in it called lecithin. Lecithin is an emulsifier that will break down the abundance of cholesterol that you supposedly get from eating eggs and egg yolk. So you want to start your day off with a protein, and here's why. Back in days gone by, there used to be furnaces that they use coal to heat a whole house with. Well, they used to have to start that coal fire with kindling wood and paper. And once that fire started, they would put a lump of coal on it, and coal burned long for several hours. Well, if you start your day off with a sweet carbohydrate or a pastry or a breakfast cereal that has sugar added to it, it's like putting kindling on the fire, your body. And all day long, you're thinking about putting more kindling, and more kindling. And you're constantly eating high carb, high glycemic foods, and your energy goes way up really quick, and then you crash. I would much rather have you use the protein for fuel, and all day long you're steady as you go. So for breakfast, have a scrambled egg. I did not say you needed to have toast, just a scrambled egg with some vegetables that are going to be mixed with it. Maybe at 10 o'clock in the morning, you can get some organic-based deli meat, whether it be turkey or chicken, or maybe make some chicken meatballs from organic meat products, or almond butter or pumpkin powder protein. There are protein products that you can make or purchase, including walnuts and almonds and cashews. You say, well, Dr. Bob, they have fat in it. But they have good fat, and that good fat is going to help fuel the system slowly. So it's all about fuel. You want proper fuel so you don't have fatigue. During the daytime, the reason you want to minimize sugar is that sugar paralyzes a gland in your body called the adrenal gland. The adrenal gland is a pair of glands that are located on top of the kidney. Let me give you some body signals. After you're done watching me, I want you to go to the mirror and I want you to look at your pupils. The pupils are the little dark spots in the center of your eye. Patients that come into my office and I look at them as I shake their hand and they have large dots in their eye, they've been consuming too many carbohydrates and their body's not able to naturally constrict the pupil. These same individuals crave sugar and they crave salt. Their adrenal glands are exhausted. Their low back goes out easy. You could go to your healthcare provider, or you may want to think about purchasing a blood pressure unit and take your own blood pressure. Does your blood pressure drop from a sit to a stand position? If you came into my office, you said, Dr. Bob, I'm tired and fatigued, and you have large pupils, and I did a diet journal with you and noticed you were eating many carbohydrates, and that is fruits, sweet fruits, pastries, cookies, pies, you're having a blood sugar stress problem causing you to have chronic fatigue. I mentioned your low back will go out easy. People who are fatigued and have exhausted adrenal glands, see, the adrenal glands make hormones causing the resorption of minerals in the body. But your adrenal glands also make hormones to control blood sugar. Well, if your adrenal glands are exhausted because you're eating sugar and they're making all these extra hormones to break down the sugar, it can't make the hormones to make ligaments strong or to absorb the minerals, so your back will go out easy. So you're the person that'll come into my office with a pair of sunglasses on top of their head or in their pocket or in their purse. And individuals who wear sunglasses usually have fatigue and they're exhausted. Another area that I see causes exhaustion is a low functioning thyroid gland or subpar thyroid function. Do you know that bromine, fluorine, and chlorine, which are called halides, antagonize iodine? So I have had many patients come into my office with white or gray hair. White or gray hair is a body signal to me that you in fact have poor metabolism of calcium in your body secondary to a low thyroid gland, and these same individuals swim for their exercise. I'm not telling you not to do water aerobics, gentlemen or ladies, but if you're doing water aerobics, if you have cold hands and cold feet and thin hair, wide spaced teeth, and narrowing of the eyebrows, that's a body signal to me of low thyroid. You see, your adrenal gland is the fuel pump to your body, but the thyroid gland is the gas pedal. Those two organs, those two glands, work hand in hand for you to have energy and so you're not fatigued. But sleeping is so important because sleeping gives your adrenal gland a chance to rest, and that's when your body makes growth hormone. I'd like to make a suggestion to you. Before you go to bed at night, shut off the TV and the computer 1 hour before you go to bed. Why, Dr. Bob? because you want your brain to get an opportunity to purge and categorize, so when you go to bed at night, you're not sitting there going through the whole day. Remember, I mentioned individuals who have high copper have a greater chance to have difficulties falling asleep at night. So if you happen to be an individual who may have red hair, fair complexion with freckles, that's a body signal to me that you may in fact have too much copper. People with too much copper have challenges sleeping at nighttime. We need to support body function. We need to support your body with food that has protein in it and is what we call mid-glycemic. What does that mean, Dr. Bob? That means, for example, if you have a rice cake has a high glycemic number. It affects your blood sugar. Put some almond butter on it to slow it down. Remember, at the beginning of the segment, we were talking about the furnace and kindling wood. So I need you to start your day with mid-glycemic food. Beans. I know it might sound silly, like beans for breakfast, Dr. Bob. You want to start focusing. If you're tired and fatigued, one of the first areas you need to minimize and to eliminate are these extra carbs. You want proteins to start your day. If you are craving salt, that means your adrenal glands are exhausted. That means you're going to want to be consuming a great source of mineral. We use Celtic sea salt. Your adrenal glands also need vitamin C. We encourage red, yellow, or orange bell peppers. Great source of vitamin C. By adding vitamin C, the right minerals, and the right protein to the formula, your body is going to have the fuel. But you need to sleep. You need to be in bed by 10 o'clock at night. If you're the individual that would call or come into our practice and say, I get my second win at about 11 or 12 o'clock at night, and I go all night, you're altering normal physiology in your body. And it might be a process for some of you to make this change. But for you to get to the level of optimal health, your body needs repair. It needs properly functioning organs and organ systems. And a stealth item that really does impact blood sugar and the health of your body happens to be the beverages you consume, whether they be coffee or soda. Just watch the sugar that you're putting in your body. Make sure that you get plenty of rest. You may think about having a thyroid profile done to make sure that your thyroid gland is functioning optimally. You may think about having a mineral tissue analysis. There are tests that you can determine exactly what levels of improvement that you need. And make sure you're drinking your water, because the water is like what fuel is to the battery, your battery being your body. You can get all the energy that you want. You just need to take the time to set these steps and patterns into place, and your body will function optimally. My name is Dr. Bob DeMaria. I'm the Drugless Doctor. Thank you for joining me today.